Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Knoxxx. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?
And welcome back, everybody, to Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx. This is your TLC review and grade for last night's program. And people, I'm often accused of being a WWE mark. Hey, so what? I call myself a wrestling mark. Tomato. You call it how you see it. You call it how you want to call it. I call it straight down the line. And how do I call it? I call TLC delivered. It delivered. It came through. It did, in my eyes, what it was supposed to do. Now, leading up to TLC, Monday Night Raw gave us no indication of anything, and I mean anything, on their side being worthwhile. But after watching this pay-per-view, after not having any expectations for this pay-per-view, still putting this pay-per-view on the Knoxxx 2000 before I watched the Philadelphia Eagles upset the Los Angeles Rams and I watched on my phone, this was a good pay-per-view. I'm going to break it down for you. You can comment below and let me know. And today's show is brought to you by #TheFans. Why is it called #TheFans? Because it was elegantly put to me that I myself keep talking about fans, but I am internally one. So now, not #fans, it's quotes fans when I talk to those people. And you know who you are. And yes, I said those people. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at my namesake. I am loud. I speak loud. And fellas, frankly, if you're not making it get loud, that is your problem, not mine. Mike Knoxxx with 3 X's, but you already know that. And follow the station, giving you the identification at 1340 AM Fox Sports as well. Shout out to the Wrestling Marks of Excellence as they had their review show last night. They gave you theirs. I'm going to give you mine the hard way. Now, let's just go ahead and dive into this TLC, the kickoff match in itself that I had no interest in because it's a kickoff show, but I was very upset that Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy were on the undercard. Now, let's be real here. You're going to open up TLC with a mixed match challenge where you got Carmella now inverting her lyrics into R-Truth's What Up? Horrible way to start off a show. It was trash, but people laughed. My children did, but hell, my kids think farts are still funny. So, hey, what do you think about that? Horrible way to start off the show. Matter of fact, the way the show started off in itself, in totality, was not good. Baron Corbin situation, however, now, I am a fan of Baron Corbin, not Constable Baron Corbin, but I like Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. I thought that guy had potential. Now he's balding, so they had to cut his hair off, and I hate him in the tight pants and the vest wrestling. Come on, I don't like it. But that has not been his fault on Raw. He's been given a script that he follows, so hey, there it is. But the payoff was pretty good. Everyone that he screwed, from Finn Balor to Braun Strowman to Kurt Angle to Kurt Hawkins to Apollo Crews, which, by the way, my children called him Apollo Chews and didn't know who he was because he didn't have on green. They all got their comeuppance, if you will, so to speak. They beat him up with a chair. Strowman gets the 1, 2, 3, and now Corbin shall be fired. We have the announcement from Vince McMahon today. We'll talk about that in a second. I got some thoughts to myself about that, but this is TLC review right now. So didn't like how none of that started off. And I'll just be real with you. I'm going to breeze through things that I didn't think was important. Okay, last night, the triple tag team match between the Usos, the Bars, and the New Day. Why even have that match if nothing was going to be great from that? And good morning, everybody out there tuning in. My Michael's out there. Everybody on Twitter tuned in as well. I just don't understand why that match was. You have the Bar, okay, which arguably one of the best tag teams in the world. You have the Usos, to me, the best tag team in the world. You have the New Day in any formation you want to insert said wrestler, one of the best tag teams in the world. And that's the performance you give them. You allow them 15 minutes. That team needs to work up to something. That should have been a TLC match. That would have been more entertaining than what we got. So you're hearing the complaints right now from the first hour and a half of the pay-per-view, but that's okay because it got better. It got a lot better during the night. And it started off with the final 4 matches of the night. But before I get to the final 4 matches, I will dive into this. Wrestling fans, quotes, air quotes for those who are listening to the podcast, okay, have no idea what wrestling is. And it annoys me, okay, because we're in the 21st century, people. You have Google, you have YouTube, you have WWE Network. You got millions of ways to educate yourself on the psychology of professional wrestling. But yet you continue to sit here and be a overly spoiled brat of a fan and not understand the business. Here's the business, people. Here's the truth. Here's the actual factuals of professional wrestling involving the Natty storyline and Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott is an up-and-coming heel, and she's damn good at what she does, okay? But people said it was despicable. It was horrible. It was just damn right embarrassing to make fun of the late, great Jim the Anvil Neidhart in the way that they did. Hello? It's professional wrestling. If you can involve any real storyline with the story that is going on in the program and get over on it, or better yet, because wrestling's about emotion, get emotion out of it, it was awesome. And the payoff was awesome. Watching it with my children was absolutely amazing. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you guys who have children who are, still not living in your mama's basement and have a girlfriend, actually, watch wrestling with your children. You will see it from an innocent perspective. You will see that they only cheer for good guys. It gets a little weird, sometimes even a little annoying, but they cheer for good guys. You can't knock that because that's the innocence of professional wrestling. You just start liking bad guys till you got into your late teens, okay, your early 20s. You were all about the face, okay? And watching not one, gotta do it for my kids, not 2 go to the table, but all 3 go through a table as they have been picking and prying and making fun of her father dying for the last month was a great payoff. It was a great storyline. Natty handled it like a pro that she is. She put on the jacket. She put on the sunglasses. Shout out to Natty and the Riott Squad for that match and for that storyline. I loved it. Let's see what happens with Natalya from there. But again, guys, the big 4 matches, listen. In one of my wrestling groups, okay, as I check the program right now, in one of my wrestling groups, they were saying that the AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan match was a bore. And I ask you, in what world of professional wrestling do you call yourself a wrestling fan to call that match a bore? That match was incredible, okay? That match was absolutely insane. That match was what that match was set up to be, and it was great. It was a match without a ladder, didn't need a gimmick match, because those guys by themselves can just do the damn job and do the damn job so well. They do the job so well. It's just awesome. It really is. It's how they do things, how they have been performing. I loved it. Okay, the new Daniel Bryan. And I actually had my Daniel Bryan shirt on, and I took it off because he's not the yes man anymore. He's the new Daniel Bryan. And watching this match, guys, I'm sorry. It was not slow paced. It was hard hitting. They shoot it in this match a few times, both of them. The psychology that Daniel Bryan playing there. Listen, I wasn't 100% on board with Daniel Bryan also being a heel. I did think he needed a change. I thought something had to change in his storyline and his makeup and his character, because it did grow to be stale with the not so, or the lackluster, if you will, comeback that he was given at WrestleMania. They had to go somewhere from there. If we wasn't going to get The Miz, if we wasn't going to get some of these other storylines that we had received by Daniel Bryan, he needed a change. And I was okay with that. I was fine with the change that happened because it needed, as they say, to happen. And so I was okay with that. I was okay with the change of Daniel Bryan, but what I've seen from him since he's played this and put on this heel persona, it's really good. It is really good. And the match was really, really good. Okay, between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. And the best is yet to come in this matchup. I love it. Your winner still, Daniel Bryan. Then we had the TLC match between Dean Ambrose and Bane himself, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. These guys know each other. This ladder match was dope. Okay. This ladder match was dope. Okay. Seth Rollins, in the words of my children, he lost touch of his emotions is what led him to the decision of losing this match. And listen, people, TLC, for what it's worth, delivered. It just did. I didn't see nothing wrong with what TLC did. And to have, I mean, it was just amazing. And to me, those matches were amazing. Those matches is what all you needed. Those matches is the reason why you watch a pay-per-view. You don't watch a pay-per-view to complain about wins and losses, to see this pay-per-view wasn't built for Bobby Lashley. Lashley, I'm sorry, the almighty Bobby Lashley, who I love that whole thing, but it wasn't about them. Guys, this was about these 4 big matches. AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, delivered. It was about Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, delivered. It was about 2 women. And I said this, speaking on, as I watch wrestling with my children and my man Dice on Xbox, and we watched it together. If I'm the men in the locker room, and this is, and I'm not, listen, I got daughters, okay? I was raised by women most of my life, okay? Shout out to my uncles and them who were there for me, but I was around a lot of women in my whole life, so I am not sexist in any way. But if I'm a man in the WWE, I'm a little upset. I'm upset with myself. I'm upset with how I may have been packaged to work harder for myself, that women close out 2018. The year of the woman has continued to go on. For the last 2 years, we have had this women's revolution going on 3 years. Okay, it's like when I'm going to go see Aquaman, right? Earlier this week. If you haven't seen it, go see it. A great movie. But all you keep hearing is Wonder Woman, still the greatest DC movie of all time. No, Wonder Woman is not. Wonder Woman was a great movie. It really, really was. But it has no repeal appeal. You can't watch Wonder Woman over and over and over and over again like you can the Avengers and other type superhero movies that came out. Aquaman was that good. And that's how I feel about these women. Stop shoving them down our throats. Now, hey, they deserved it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking nothing from them. But damn, men, step their game up. Somebody should have been main eventing this night, and it was not. It was not Ronda Rousey, who I thought would have been the main event because it's Ronda Rousey. But I'm glad she wasn't the main event because although the match delivered, that's your sports entertainment match you got with Nia Jax, okay, and Ronda Rousey. But this brings me to the biggest point of today before I talk about what I call the curtain call part 2, okay? And that's what happened at Final Battle Ring of Honor. So before I get into that, I will finish here. And that is, this TLC was set up from the beginning, guys, okay? Earlier in the night, during the pre-show, I'm not sure if it was the pre-show or the actual event had actually started. Either way, I was a fan of it. Becky Lynch painted the picture. I'm here, handing out ass whoopings. The man has her back against the corner. They don't have to beat me to beat me, but I'm still going to go around here and show that I'm the man. So a lot of fans, including my man Dice and Bad and them on the game, a lot of people I'm reading, okay? And not many as I normally, but normally that outcry is really over masking what I'm about to say. But this one's probably about equal. And it's not often we get that in the wrestling business, equal fans. It's either they hate it, mostly 70% of the social media fans. But Becky Lynch losing did not extinguish her flame. She is still the man. I don't want nobody to tell me that she's not the man. How you give her all this and she loses this match? Well, Ric Flair went around for 20-something years saying to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I am the man, right? Did it take away from Ric Flair? Ric Flair lost 17 times, but you still call him the best wrestler of all time. Not me, but you. Ric Flair lost continuously being the man. So how come she loses and all of a sudden she's not the man? She's still the man. She's the man even more today than she was yesterday. Come on, people. Wrestling about protagonists and antagonists. Which one can she play? Both. She's going to come out the victim. She didn't get her shoulders pinned. She didn't submit. No one beat her one-on-one. They took her belt from her. They put it in the air on a ladder that she went against not one, not two, but essentially 3 women because the Ronda Rousey came out there and stopped them from potentially having an outcome that maybe some of you fans could get your thongs out of your arses and be happy about. But Asuka wins the match rightfully so, in my opinion. They wronged her in some people's eyes for losing at WrestleMania. And again, I thought she should have run at WrestleMania, but I understood Charlotte winning. Okay, but since then, they shitted all over Asuka, and she deserves it. She's fought her ass back to the top, and she deserves to be there. All three of these women deserve to be there, okay? Where it takes nothing, in my opinion, away from the man, Becky Lynch. This would have taken away from Asuka if Asuka would have lost. Should have just fell back to the shuffle beneath the other women, and we'd have known where she was in the card. Now we know they have a clear picture. And I saw this. This one isn't mine. I read this in the Wrestling Council this morning. Okay, and I agree with it. I thought it, but I didn't say it. And I'm on that kind of person. If I didn't say it openly on social media first, I will say it's not mine. And that is the fact that, hello, McFly, anybody home? They are going to have now the 4 horsewomen have to come up. They have to come up. Okay, this is huge for Becky Lynch losing. It gives her even more momentum. And guys, check this out. Okay, here's something that I think wrestling fans need to really get a grasp on and understand as well. And that is the fact of her losing, again, helps everybody out, not just her. It takes nothing from her status. She is still Becky Lynch. But people, this pay-per-view, that ending, if you did not see it, go back and watch the exclusive WWE Networks exclusive after they went off the air. The crowd went insane. The crowd was absolutely insane and hot for Becky Lynch. Going off the air, they were extremely still hot, even for Charlotte. Guys, this is a good thing that she lost. It would have been a bad thing, in my opinion, her winning. Okay, yeah, to some of you guys that, to me, don't want to understand or refuse to understand, and this is directed at nobody who, some of my friends are watching me, think that this is, you have to understand this is best for business. I hate to use that terminology, but it is. And when something's actually best for business, a lot of times it's not always bad for us. It can be better for us. And I think this is one of those things that will be. Again, these final 4 matches, okay, delivered. AJ and Daniel Bryan delivered, okay? It fully delivered. It was a hell of a fucking wrestling match, okay? Then you had the ladder match, a hell of a fucking ladder match, okay? Then you had Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, hell of a fucking match, guys, for that kind of wrestling. And then the TLC match, enough said. I ain't gotta say hell of a fucking match because you already know it was a hell of a fucking match. And you got me cussing. Simplest put, TLC, 4 out of 5. Brock Lesnar, you know what? Forget that. 4 out of 5 rated R superstar spinner titles. Good like Edge. This pay-per-view had an edge to it. Yes, it was called TLC, but it had an edge to it. Storylines were concluded. Storylines can be continued. The possibilities of what happened yesterday was great. Now, I'm not going to sit here by any stretch of imagination and say, oh my God, this pay-per-view was insane. It wasn't, but these 4 matches for where it had to be, excuse me, delivered. The only part that matters going on, Victor, was the second half. It was. I'm being honest with you. And I think a lot of pay-per-views, this isn't the 90s. This is in the 80s. And this is what gets me, right? Wrestling fans will go, oh, everything in the Attitude Era hit. And there was some dumb shit in the Attitude Era that we watched on pay-per-views. Okay, but because everything was so hot, you knew the payoff at the end of the night was going to be Rock, Stone Cold, DX, Cena, whatever. You was okay with the fluff that was in the middle. Okay, today you don't have that big payoff. You don't know what's really coming with them. So I understand you being bored the first half. Hell, I was outside the Natty match. I was pretty much bored the first half. However, shout out to the veterans of the future Hall of Famers of the team, Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. Good match as well. I thought Rey broke his ass bone. Okay, so I will also say this. Excuse me. If you have not watched Final Battle, this is for my wrestling fans that if you're just a WWE fan, this might be some take notes as well to this as well. Cody Rhodes, the Elite, they all said their goodbyes at Final Battle. Now, I shared the post, and we got Vince McMahon making his big announcement tonight, and I just threw it out there like, what if he announces some form of the Elite coming to the WWE? I don't think that's going to happen. I just wanted to throw it out there for conversational purposes. I don't believe that's going to happen. Would I be okay with that happening? Of course I would, but then I have the same questions that my man Jamal Lewis has. I would have the same questions my man Michael Lee has, and it's, are they in control of their characters? or are you going to strip them of who they are? And I heard an interview with Cody Rhodes that said if he ever did come back, he would have control of his character or he would not sign the deal. So throw that out there. But I do think it was a curtain call. It was a curtain call saying goodbye to Ring of Honor. It was a curtain call saying goodbye to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And it was a curtain call because these guys right now outside of the WWE and even within the WWE, people would say that Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, they're bigger than anything that's in the WWE. If you feel that way, hey, I'm not going to argue that. To me, Cody Rhodes is the wrestler of 2018, hands down. He's wrestler of the year, in my opinion. Okay. And he showed other people how you can make money outside the WWE. But I think that's what's going to, I don't think I'll be happy if Vince announces because, hey, I am a WWE guy. I'm not going to sit here and lie. That's the wrestling that I spend most of my time on. Look at my back wall. Okay. But I do think All Elite Pro Wrestling, it's coming. Hangman Page said his goodbyes, who I'm a huge fan of. I think Hangman Page is the next big thing in professional wrestling. You guys can talk about Will Ospreay all you want to. You can talk about Ricochet all you want to. Hangman Page to me is that next big thing in professional wrestling. He doesn't just flip on ropes and do things like that. He can wrestle. He can actually wrestle. Ricochet can't wrestle like him. Will Ospreay is okay, but he's not no Hangman Page in my opinion, at least for my liking. But hey, if you like him, I mean, not a bad guy, but I'm a Hangman Page kind of guy. But that to me, if you've seen it, if you saw the photo, what do you think? Comment below, as my man Jeremy Johnson say. Let me know. I thought it was a curtain call, and why wouldn't it be another curtain call? And the original curtain call, for those who know, some moron tried to come at me. Listen, you can come at me about video games. You can't come at me about pop culture. It's just not possible. I watch it too much. I'm involved in it too much. I read up on it too much. I watch videos about it too much. I know my shit. Okay. The original curtain call was a curtain call because 4 guys in the business were leaving the company who were friends, who were breaking apart to go somewhere else. And they were leaving the company that they built and were the biggest stars in behind. So how does this not be a curtain call part 2, morons? Fans, quotes fans. How? These are the 4 biggest guys in the wrestling industry outside the WWE. Okay? So Hangman Page is gone. Cody Rhodes is gone. The Young Bucks are gone. Kenny Omega is almost gone. Marty Scrolls has 1 more year left. 3 of the biggest stars of that 5 of the being the elite are going. They're leaving. Curtain call part 2. Question is, will they show up tonight on Raw? Or are they for All Elite Pro Wrestling? I think it's All Elite Pro Wrestling, which we do need some competition out there. But tonight, Vince McMahon does return to Raw to shake up things. It's not a Raw shakeup. It's a company shakeup. What will happen tonight? When things go bad, they pop out the old man so we can get a little quick pop and we get excited about things. But unless this man comes on TV tonight and says, I'm stepping down as the creative control of professional wrestling and I'm handing it over to my brother, to my son-in-law, Triple H, then I don't know if there's any hope for Monday Night Raw. These stupid rumors, again, guys, I put the hashtag up there. I live by this hashtag, death to dirt sheets. Those who said Finn Balor's not going to be there. He has contract issues. He's sick. I'm sorry. He showed up last night. Okay. He showed up last night. Period is that. The new one is Fox Sports. Fox wants a 3.1 rating from them. No, that's not true, guys. Fox gave them their over $1 billion for this product. Okay, they know what they're getting themselves into. Do they want probably a high number? I don't know. More than likely, of course, what television show or what network who's buying another show doesn't want big numbers? But for them to have it be reported is what I call the bullshit. Guys, you have to know what's real and what's the bullshit. Okay, there's reality, there's perception. The reality is that, yeah, they probably want that's probably not going on. The perception is, hey, that is what that's just what you would think they would want, right? Come on, guys. Raw, Smackdown has not hit a 3 in years, at least not consistently. Come on, people, wake up. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop drinking the haterade, most importantly, and watch wrestling as a fan. And I'm compared to, I am a fan, but I don't complain. There's no reason to complain. When it sucks, complain. You gotta have all the right in the world to complain when it's bad. But last night, for ending the year, it wasn't the greatest pay-per-view, but it made up for Survivor Series. It made up for that crap Crown Jewel, which again, I didn't complain about Crown Jewel because it wasn't for me. It was for them. So guys, what do you think about TLC? Cody needs to start his own and follow his dad, but it would be great to see him come back with his wife. and B, CM Punk, or the best in the world. CM Punk lost that moniker a long time ago. And by the way, when he was the best in the world, guys, it's like the man Becky Lynch, he was losing also. What else we got here? The final match was awesome. The women are killing it right now in the WWE. My man Lamar, Mike, great pay-per-view. I love the main event. Love how they did Strowman match as well. Need more. Need one more loss for the Rams. Okay, we're talking about the Eagles right there. There you go, Mike. We need that to happen. Oh, plus you're a Bears fan, so yeah, the Bears could actually take that over as well. But it's that simple as that put, guys. TLC, it lived up to the hype. What did you think? Comment below. Let me know. Putting this out also on the podcast for those who have missed this show. Go to or Google Mike Knoxxx or Google BDSIR. That's best damn show in radio, guys. Today at 5:30, we talk about the Rams. We talk about the Cowboys getting shut out. We talk about sports. This is the last show we're going to do for the year, guys. Episode 1996 next year, guys. Woo! 2,000 episode right now. I got some things working. That's all I'm going to say. It might be the biggest show we've had since episode 100. I'm watching people out there. They're doing a little podcast. Episode 97. Episode 83. No offense, guys. We're on episode 1996, baby. That was a great year. It's today, episode 1996. Get ready, because next year, 2019, we bring you episode 2000. Get ready, guys. The end of the year, the top 25 female show, it's all going to pop wrestling. TLC, what you think? Like I said, 4 out of 5 Randy Orton spinner title belts. I love that pay-per-view. Mike Knoxxx. Follow me on Twitter, y'all. 3X's. I'm hardcore, and I'm out.